So before we get into this video, you guys can check out my link tree down below for all of my stuff, work, feature films, short films, social media, all that stuff. Also, follow our Rocky Wake page on Facebook and Instagram. It would mean so much. That's like my big project. I can't wait to talk more about it. And it's been a second since I made a video, like about a week. As you notice, I don't have anything on my wall because we're in the process of moving. But I wanted to talk about the film The Wanting Mare, and it's from director Nicholas Ash Bateman. I'm just going to say Nicholas Bateman. And the film was filmed over the course of, I believe, 5 years. If you're not familiar with who Nicholas Bateman is, he also does special effects for other films like SFX, or he helps out at least. Yeah, so he helped with visual effects on The Green Knight, Peter Pan and Wendy, visual effects supervisor Kato Lake, Y2K, Origin. Okay. And he just so happened to make a film called The Wanting Mare. Now, I have actually seen stuff about this film posted from a while back, and I don't know what enticed me to want to go ahead and watch it, but yeah, here I am. Now, the film itself, the reviews, the ratings, they are all over the place. This is one of those films where you really have to just completely ignore all the reviews and ratings, because it's got like an 80 from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 30 from audiences on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got a 2.9 on Letterboxd, 5.2 on IMDb, 46% of people like the movie on Google, but it's got a 60 something on Metacritic. The reviews, the scores, they're all over the place. Don't worry about what this film has. Just before I get into what this film is about, I will say this about The Wanting Mare. If you go into this film with no expectations whatsoever, like if you go into this film, you're at a film festival, you see that, oh, okay, they're showing this film, The Wanting Mare, I'm going to go watch it, or you're just, scrolling on a streaming service or whatever, you find the Blu-ray and you watch it without any prior knowledge, you are going to be very confused and you might not like this film at all. I do believe the best time to watch The Wanting Mare, the best circumstance, is to know what The Wanting Mare is about, to know that it is going to be a different film from what you're used to, and appreciate it like that. And that's how I did, and I'm glad that I did do it like that, because before I ended up watching it, I was like, oh, okay, I want to see some more stuff about this film. I want to see what more people have to say about it. So I kind of, did a little bit of digging, and it seems like that's the best way to go about The Wanting Mare, is just to be ready to watch The Wanting Mare. You gotta be in the mood to watch this film, and it's not a long film. It's 90 minutes basically, so it's not asking a lot of you. Gosh, I'm going to probably mispronounce all of this stuff. In the world of Anamere, north of the city of Withran, wild horses run through the moorlands and up the coast. These horses are the city's most valuable export, and as a result are hunted, trapped, and sold and shipped across the sea once a year. So essentially what happens in the film is you're following, this young woman and this man, and then you're following them as well when they're older. So it's kind of like this very abstract, you're seeing these fragments kind of take place. It's very strange, it's very bizarre, and it's going to be really hard to keep up with everything. I would like to see, it would have been so interesting to see a cut of this film that goes in chronological order, but the best way that I can sort of describe this, you're probably not going to be able to get that, because the way that I describe this film is it's almost like Terrence Malick meets David Lynch in a very strange way. Like, if I could compare what this film is about, and I'm going to compare it to some pretty big films, just because I feel like, it's kind of warranted. The film's going to be good or bad, whether, however you view it, but I had a good time with it. I'm still confused, but what I took away from it, I compare it to something like maybe Eraserhead, or something like On the Silver Globe from Zulawski. It really did kind of remind me of that. Just also in kind of the way that the story's told. Those are the two films I would probably compare it to the most, but also I would compare it to, some modern day Malick. Like, you could compare it to Tree of Life, but I would honestly compare it more so to something like Song to Song, or Knight of Cups, or something like that. And I know that might throw some people off as well with Terrence Malick, because it seems like that is, people's least favorite Terrence Malick films. But the film itself, it's pretty. The cinematography it's absolutely beautiful. It's shot in anamorphic 2.5:1 aspect ratio. There are some shots that get a little bit muddled, which mean, it's not a make it or break it or anything like that. And the audio, while the audio, everything sounds good, it feels like all the audio and dialogue is sort of, kind of pushed back. Like, this is very much so an experience. Like, this is one of those films that you are going to experience. It's not really a film that you view, it's more so a film that you experience and then think about for a little bit. I mean, I'm still thinking about the film. I don't know when I'm going to revisit it, but its short runtime really does help with that, to sort of make my decision when I want to revisit this film. But it's not like this type of film could only probably be this runtime. I couldn't imagine watching this type of film for any longer. It jumps back and forth. It's almost like you're watching this paintbrush and it's going up and then it's changing colors before you least expect it, and then it's mixing colors, and then the more you pull back from the painting, the more abstract it gets. And then there's a specific point in the film, which I won't spoil anything, but it sort of kind of mellows out a little bit, and then you sort of get to see, oh well, I see the direction that they could possibly be taking me this whole entire time. And then, yeah, the visual effects, though, very unique, because it's one person basically doing the visual effects. Well, I don't want to say just one person, but the visual effects, it seems like they did work on this film from time to time. Like, they worked on it for a little bit, and then they went back to it, worked on it for a little bit, then they went back to it. So I think that that's very impressive. I mean, that's usually the whole indie film sort of thing. You work on a film for a little bit and then you kind of go back to it. But for the most part, though, the Wanting Mare, you should check it out basically just based off of what people are saying about it. It's this director's only film that he's released so far. And I thought that there's a lot of passion in the film. And it's going to be very interesting to see what other people think of this film. Like, I mean, if anybody was to just so happen to come across this video and watch it, I haven't really seen that many in-depth discussions about the Wanting Mare, so I feel like, it might help to watch one of those, whether it's mine or someone else's, before you actually jump into the film. Like, I'm looking at some Google reviews and it's just 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 5 out of 5, And I mean, there's even reviews talking about the visuals not being good, but honestly, I thought the visuals were great. It has that very shaky cam feel to it, which I like. Don't get me wrong, I love handheld and I love shaky cam, and I do believe that there's a time for it. Like, I mean, I'm either static or handheld most of the time with the stuff that I do, but I mean, the shaky cam, it can get a little bit overbearing at times depending on, what's going on in the film. This film it feels like it's trying to do a lot of different things, and I'll leave it at that. Did I like it? Yes. I won't sit here and lie. I did enjoy it. I knew exactly what I was getting into, though, before I watched it. And would I recommend you watch this? That's very, I would recommend watching this film if you're looking for something unique and you're looking for something different. If you're looking for something that's going to sort of test the way that you watch films, I think you should. I do believe that, especially cinephiles sort of get in this sort of headspace where you watch so many different films and things start to become a little bit samey. I know I've gotten that position multiple times. So it's always nice to watch something like this. It's always nice to see something that sort of, twists your expectations a little bit, or at least sort of changes the way you looked at the medium, just, even if it is at specific points in time. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Wanting Mare. I wanted to talk about it. It's been a while since I got a video out. I'm going to be talking about Eddington soon, and also moving, so I might be a little bit, late to getting some stuff out. But guys, thanks for watching so much. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up, maybe subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the Wanting Mare down in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.